Dear students, today's topic is distribution management. Now, distribution management is a very important topic in marketing management. So, in a marketing, creating a customer is a major task of marketing. How you create a customer, but delivering the goods to the customer is also very important as compared to the creating a customer. So creating a customer is a major task of marketing, but delivering the goods to the customer is also an important task. So physical distribution is a marketing activity that concerns the handling and movements of goods. It means how the goods are moving from one end, means the origin to end customer. So it is a major component of marketing mix and cost area of business. So in the words of Philip Kotler, physical distribution involves planning, implementing, controlling the physical flow of material and final goods from the point of origin of use to meet customer needs at a profit. Again repeat the definition of Philip Kotler. Physical distribution involves planning, implementing and controlling the physical flow of material. Physical flow of material, how the material flows, and final goods from the point of origin of use to meet customer needs at profit. So it involves a coordination of different activity to place the right quantity of right goods at the desired place and a time. So like any other marketing mix component, physical distribution has two broad objectives. First, consumer satisfaction and profit maximization. So when we are talking about distribution management, the term which we have to remember, that is channel of distribution, physical distribution. First, what is channel of distribution? A channel of distribution simply an organized network or system. Channel of distribution is an organized network or system of agencies and institutions, which in combination to perform all the activity required to link producers with users and users with producer. It means it's an organized network or system of agencies and institution. The term physical distribution and channel distribution, these are the two little bit different terms. So these are the two components of the distribution system or distribution management, you can say, physical distribution and channel distribution. So physical distribution is a very broader concept. As a term physical, it means it includes channel of distribution, which includes transportation, because it is a physical distribution. So how you distribute? So with transportation, then storage, warehousing, etc. But when we talking about a channel of distribution, it refers to the process or intermediaries through their functions at attainment of the mutual objectives. So when we talking about the distribution management in a marketing, creating customer is a major task, but delivering the goods to the customer is also a very critical. So there are number of importance of physical distribution system, like creation of utilities. It means the major component of physical distributions are transportation and warehousing. So it is transport system that creates place utility, making goods more useful by bringing them from the places where they are not needed. So warehousing system is known as creating time utility. Improved consumer services, So customer services physical distribution system consists of providing products at the time and location. Cut in distribution cost, it means delivery cost can be minimized by systematic planning in inventory level, warehousing locations and operation, transportation schedule, material handling, so on and so forth. Increased market share, price stabilization. So these are the different importance of physical distribution. Now the question is, what are the different levels of channels? So this indicates the number of intermediary between a manufacturer and consumers. There are number of intermediaries between the manufacturers and consumers. So there are mainly 4 channels. First, 0 level channel, second 1 level, third 2 level and fourth 3 level channel. So what these channels are? Simple 0 level channels, it means the goods move directly from producer to consumer. It means 0 level. There is no intermediary between producer to consumer. No intermediaries involved in 0 level channel. So this channel is preferably preferred by manufacturer of industrial and consumer goods. Industrial and consumer durable goods. Then comes 1 level channel. In this case there will be one sales intermediary. Now how it is different from 0 level channel? In 0 level channel there is no intermediary, but in 1 level channel there is a one intermediary, that is called retailer. So this is the most common channel in case of consumer durables such as shoes, ready-made garments, textile, etc. This is what 1 level channel. Then comes 2 level channel. Now this channel have option of 2 intermediaries. In 1 level channel there is a one intermediary, that is retailer, but in 2 level channel there is a 2 intermediary, wholesaler and retailer. So the companies who are producing consumer non-durable items use this level, which there is a wholesaler and retailer. Wholesaler and retailer. Then 3 level channel. 3 level channel, it includes 3 intermediaries. Goods move from manufacturer to agent, to wholesaler, to retailers, to consumers. So it is the longest indirect channel option that a company has, that is called the 3 level channels. So these are the different channels of levels of channel. It includes 0 level channel when there is no intermediary, then 1 level channel there is a one intermediary, then 2 level channel and 3 level channels. So there are number of factors determining the length of the channel. So like size of the market, the larger the market size, the longer the channel is. Same, the smaller the market, smaller the channel. So it depends upon the size of the market. Now these are the factors determining the length of the channel, like service requirements, product variety. So service requirements, like if the product and market require a high level of service, so it is a major factor in the buying decision, so it is better to keep a shorter channel. Same in different aspects like product variety. So if a wide variety of a same type product available in the market, then it is advisable to select a wider channel. So service requirement required a shorter channel, product variety requires a wider channel. So there are different types of intermediaries are there. So marketing intermediaries are the individuals and the organization that perform various functions to connect the consumers with end users. Merchant middlemen who take title to the goods and services and resell them. Agent middlemen who do not take title to the goods and services but help in identifying potential customers and even help in negotiation. That is called an agent middleman. Facilitators. So merchant middlemen are those who take title to the goods and channelize the goods from previous step to the next step with a view to making profit. They buy and sell goods in their own risk and the price of their effort is profit. So they act as an intermediary between producer and consumers. So totally, when we're talking about our distribution management or distribution channel, the common keys are how the goods move from its origin place to end customer with the different channels. It may be through the wholesaler, through the agent, through the retailers, through wholesaler, retailers, whatever the channel is. So the term wholesaler. So who is wholesaler? Wholesaler is a trader who deals in large quantity. Simple as the term suggests, wholesaler. So they deals in a very large quantity. He purchases goods from the producers in a bulk quantity and sell it to the retailers in a small quantity, as you all know. So what are the services of wholesaler? So services of wholesaler includes the services to manufacturers, service to retailers. So the wholesaler helps the manufacturer to get the benefit of economies of large scale production. Wholesaler also helps to the manufacturer to save his time and trouble by collecting orders from large number of retailers on behalf of the manufacturer. They collect order from the retailer and then that order move to the manufacturer. The wholesaler provides market information to the manufacturer which will help him to make modification in his product. Wholesaler buys in large quantities and keeps the goods in his warehouses. So they are also providing services to retailers. He helps the retailer to get the goods very easily and as well as quick mode. He gives valuable advices to the retailer on his business related matters. He also provides some financial assistance to the retailer by granting credit facilities. Suppose there are very small retailers, they do not have a good amount of capital, so the wholesaler give credit facility to that small retailer. So wholesaler also helps the retailer to keep price steady. So these are the services of the wholesaler. So there are also certain functions of wholesalers like assembling and buying, warehousing, transporting, financing, grading, market information, so on and so forth. Then the term called retailer. The term retail implies sales of final consumption. So retailer is the last link between final user and the wholesaler or the manufacturer. Or you can say retailer is one whose business is to sell consumer a wide variety of goods which are assembled at his premises as per the need of final consumer. So in India, most of the Indian retail outlets are owner managed and have few or no sale assistant. So there are number of functions of retailers like buying and assembling, selling, sales promotion, financing, grading, packing. So services rendered by retailers, it means a retailer rendered a number of services to the manufacturers, wholesaler and to the final users. Like services to the manufacturer and wholesaler, it includes providing information. Now retailers do provide the wholesaler and manufacturer the information about the latest consumers movement. Now that is what the importance of retailer, because they know the latest consumer pattern or the latest consumer movement. Now they provide this information to the wholesaler, to the manufacturer. So it helps the manufacturer to produce goods according to the needs of the consumer. Now that is what the importance point as the term called retailer. So look after the distribution process, creation of demand by giving local ad and display of goods. Retailer helps to create a demand for the goods. Now they are also providing services to the consumer. Now what the benefit of retailers to the consumer end. No need to store goods. A retailer holds a goods on behalf of the customer at a convenient place. Choices are available, providing information about the new product in the market, entry of the new product in the market, what are the new features, say after sales services they are providing. So these are the services which is provided by the retailers to the consumer. Sorry, there are a number of type of retailers, like small scale retailers. It includes unit store, street traders, market traders, hawkers. Then there is a large scale retailers like departmental store, multiple shops, supermarket, discount store, convenience store, so on and so forth. So the question is, what are the factors influence choice of distribution channel? So it is very important to select a channel for the distribution of goods and services to the ultimate consumers in an effective way. So this is the most important aspect when we are talking about a distribution channel. It means the goods and services distribution. Now the channel of the distribution of goods and services to the ultimate customer or consumer. How the goods or services reach to the end. So the marketer has to select the most suitable channel. But the question is, while selecting the channel of distribution, the marketer has to consider certain points like nature of product. Now nature of product is also an important aspect when we are talking about distribution channel. Now if it is a perishable good, then the distribution is different as compared to the electronic goods. So the selected channel must cope up perishability of the product. If a commodity is perishable, the producer prefer to employ few middlemen. For durable and standardized goods, longer and diversified channel may be opt. So it totally depends upon the nature of the product which deals with the distribution channel. Then the nature of market. If the market is a consumer market, then retailer is very essential, as we know. Nature of market. If the market is a consumer market, then retailer is very essential. If it is an industrial market, it may be we can avoid a retailer. So it depends upon the nature of market. Then competitors channel. The competitor channel means the distribution channel used by the competitor will influence the channel selection. Financial availability of channel members. So most of the case financial assistance are required to the channel members in the form of liberal credit facilities and direct financing. Cost of channel, economic factors. Then another important terms when we are talking about distribution channel, that is legal restriction. For example, MRTP Act prevent channel arrangement that tends to lessen competition, create monopoly, and those are objectionable to the very public interest. So before giving the final shape to channel distribution, we have to consider the existing legal provision of the various acts. Marketing policy of the company. So the marketing policy of the company have a greater and deeper bearing on the channel choice. So the marketing policies relating to the channels of distributions are advertising, sales promotion, delivery, after sale service, and pricing. So company has a heavy budget on advertising and sales promotion. So these are the different factors which influence the choice of distribution channel. Thank you.